If I hit upcoming, will it go to live or will I have to wait till
I
it goes live?
just started it. Yeah, I just started it.
You live? Let me get some OJ. So I can't sit in that chair by any chance?
No, you can.
Okay. No, I'm not. Yeah, I just want to do it before we.
Yeah, you can sit.
Yo, we live now, so make the move.
Wait.
That way, if I just need to come in and out,
check
I
the
don't
video
gotta
and whatnot.
I did it. I gotta figure out which one it is.
Oh, calm.
Who you posted these?
Alright, that's good.
I got a couple stories, but I can't get in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
You just got to be a discreet storyteller, man.
Peso, man.
Nah, but I got some funny shit.
All right,
I'm
man.
gonna just go with whatever the conversation is, and I got a story for everything. I got basketball stories,
All right.
stories about women.
Hey, that's the kind of
Can't go
stories.
wrong with those.
No, you can't.
Nah.
Every day somebody dying. Got a big crib, I get big racks. Bitch, I eat good, like a big bag. Highly favored and blessed, they don't get that. When you cross me, God, get my lick back. You ain't talking about money like you supposed to. That's paranormal activity, I'ma go shoot. A lot of ass, baby, what you gonna do with it? I'm trying to see.
Yes, sir. We're back. Welcome back on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. We are available on all, and I do mean all podcast streaming platforms, including here on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Yeah, just play with the position of that to make sure you know what I'm saying? Yeah, something like that. There
Comfortable and close enough to be heard.
Yes, sir. So today we got a pretty good show for you guys, of course, as always. Where we at here? So we have TJ Peso in the building.
Yes, sir.
A very dope artist here. We're going to get to some of his music, and we're going to talk about the journey and a lot of things that's going on with his career right now. And then, of course, we're going to be talking all trending topics in sports, music, and entertainment. We got some Dr. Umar, Eminem talk, some NBA talk. You know, Peso is also a hooper. He was a part of that video where I got dropped. And this is the man right here.
Man, you ain't have to bring that up.
I'm here, man. This is what we're doing. And then Russell Wilson, NFL, and another Florida team just, lost his mind and had a lapse in judgment. We're going to get into that, too.
Oh, I thought you said team. I'm like, who played bad this week?
No, teenager.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't pin that on Florida, man. Teenagers are unreliable to begin with.
Everywhere, right?
Yes, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Even in the Ukraine.
They're a little special here, though. So I of course, I usually start the show off with something that I'm usually thinking about. Sometimes it's a funny story. Sometimes it's this one is not really funny or maybe not even interesting. But
set the expectations low.
But it is. I do feel like it is somewhat important because, you know, with the way social media and podcasting and music and all of this stuff is going to where we're at, you know, it's a couple things I was thinking about. So number one, a lot of people don't realize what helps a person in this space. And so it's like, likes, sharing, commenting, all of that stuff, right? So like I have a couple of people and they'll send me their stuff and they be like, share, comment. Like they'll DM me, right? So
Yeah.
I'm sure they're doing this like multiple people.
Yeah.
Like, so I never do that for like our show.
Our content,
Because
yeah.
I want people, if you come across it, I'm hoping that our shit is getting through the algorithm and it's going right and you rocking with it and you'll come back and listen and watch it again. And if not, we need to do something better.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
We're trying to do it organically.
But the problem is, even with those people who send me their stuff, it's like, well, shit, you know what I mean? Like, where is the R likes and shit? You just want me to come to yours every single time, and it's cool. I mean, because everybody is working on something. Everybody trying to move to the next step, right?
Yeah.
But and a lot of people who are not in the space of making music or podcasting or stuff like that, they don't even really realize or grasp the importance of checking something out when it is dropped or commenting, liking, or sharing, or whatever that case may be, right? So, and so just going, like even, so like we'll get, if we put up our regular clips, we'll get comments and stuff all on YouTube. Even the negative ones will draw the most attention and create more views. I feel like that's why you get a lot of bullshit artists, shock jocks guys who say any fucking thing in sports. You know what I'm saying? It's with sports takes, and those go viral because people want to comment on those just to tell you how much of an idiot you are,
yeah,
or how trash this is.
Yes.
But in the reverse, if you're really making good music and you got good bars, somebody may listen and in their head they'll say, "Oh, that's dope." But they're not gonna comment and say, "Oh, damn, this shit is fire."
Yes, that's a good point.
And same thing with fire. I don't know if it's fucking the human mind. I really don't know. But you know, if TJ Peso drops some trash and he fucking,
You gonna tell me?
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's true. You know that we were talking about Howard Stern before the show,
Yeah.
and there was a thing with him. At one point early in his career, they were like, the listeners of the show that like Howard Stern in a survey listen for like 27 minutes and 10 seconds. The people that say they hate Howard Stern are listening for 37 minutes and 40 seconds. It's like it's this weird thing where you'll be drawn in by your negativity. But I think there are studies like the human mind has a negative bias.
Yeah.
It sees things negatively, fearfully, whatever. It's easier to be negative than positive. And I think that is like kind of what channels into some of these post comments and why there's this draw to just be negative and rant.
Yeah.
I mean, if you enjoy something, it becomes a personal experience. You enjoy it, you process it, you vibe to it. If you don't like something, you feel like you need to vent about it or
Yeah.
tell somebody about it.
Yeah.
And it's like the algorithm should work the opposite, but it's hard to quantify that way.
Yeah. When my 76ers were bad, man, I was everywhere. I was on the fucking whatever I could comment, wherever I could. I'm letting it loose. Now that we decent, I haven't put up a 76 post I don't know how long. You know
Y'all
what I
going
mean?
crazy, man.
We just trying to get past the
going
second
crazy.
round, but you know what I mean?
Just get past.
But that's the only goal now. But
For real though, like
yeah,
that nails
that's
it
the part
because
of
you're like, okay, things are cool.
Yeah.
And like I don't need to be upset. This all comes down to when we get out of the second round or not.
That's it.
So you got another 50 games of indifference before the playoffs start.
But Peso, do you feel kind of the same about in the music space? Because you got a lot of bullshit artists who come out, but and like, you know, a lot of people may even though they're talking negatively about it, they talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like it's a win-win for them, for that artist either way.
I think it's funny you say that. I think those artists that do that, they know that. You know what I'm saying?
It's intentional.
So it got to be intentional.
Okay.
Because if you doing something at a high level, there's no way you can like not do it at a high level and think it's that.
Yeah.
Because you have to compare it to something.
Yeah.
So you either heard it before, you know what something good sound like. So you have to have some type of bar where you're comparing your shit to. And if it fall under that, it's like, well, you know, but if you can like manipulate an algorithm and shit, which a lot of people do, you know, that's a skill within itself. And, you know, it's just art, so everybody express themselves differently.
Yeah, I like that term, manipulating the algorithm, because that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
how Charleston, he'll tell you that's how he got on. You know what I mean? Basically manipulating the algorithm. You know what
And
I'm
I
saying?
agree with you, too, in terms of like, you know, negative sales. Like, before it's going to be positive, somebody going to be attracted to something negative, especially the masses.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't even go on the internet without seeing some negative shit. You know what I'm saying?
The unwashed masses.
Yeah.
They got your coochie odor, Bubba.
Yeah, facts. All right, well, let's what's going on, Eb? So let's get to it. We're gonna get to a couple trending topics, and then we're gonna circle back around. Your new album is called Welcome to the Groove, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
it's available on all streaming platforms.
Correct.
All right, and then I got a song for him. My favorite on the album, but all of them go. So we'll get to that too when we get to that part. All right, let's go here because I know you're a hoops guy, so we'll save hoops too for in a little bit, right? Let's go here. Let's go. What am I looking for here? Let's go to that Florida team because I thought this was a trending topic here. I'm gonna play a video and they'll tell you what's going on.
An argument among siblings over Christmas gifts ended with the death of a young mother. A 14-year-old boy was reportedly upset that his 15-year-old brother got more Christmas gifts than he did. When the boys got to their grandmother's house, they started arguing. And that is when their 23-year-old sister stepped in to try to end the argument. But the 14-year-old took out a handgun, shot and killed his sister, who was holding her baby in a carrier at the time. The 15-year-old brother then came out with a gun himself and shot his little brother in the stomach before taking off. The 15-year-old was later arrested. The 14-year-old was taken to the hospital.
That story is crazy.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
That's wild.
That's a lot going on. Because I'm thinking they're at home, so they went to their grandma's house. Now, let's get this out of the way because this is not the parents' fault. But when you got a 14-year-old and you got a 15-year-old, you got to get them the same shit. Now listen, because my dad, I took my pops Christmas shopping for our nieces and nephews, his grandkids, right?
Yeah.
Two of them are close to the same age. We looking for bikes. Couldn't find a bike in any Walmart in the fucking area. So we getting these hoverboards. One of the hoverboards has a speaker where you can play your music on it. One of them don't. I say let's get two of them that don't, because there's only one left that has the music.
Right.
I don't want them because
I don't want anybody to get shot
It's
now.
That's gonna create some shit.
It's gonna
You know what
create
I'm
some
saying?
shit.
Yeah.
So if you got a 14 or 15-year-old, you got it. You got to get them the same level of, the same amount of gifts, same level of gifts. You got to. You can't get one Jordans and the other one Converses. You can't do that.
But okay, but you're
It's not
absolving.
their fault. It's not their fault. No.
No, see, you're absolving the parents, and I think that's trash.
Oh.
They're to blame. Like, first of all, they fucked up the gift giving. And for at least 14 or 15 years, they were shitty parents that raised these violent kids. And where are they? They're not intervening. These kids
they
have
at the grandma's
unfettered. Who cares? Grandma's probably senile, farting involuntarily. Like, she's not ready to fucking rule the roost.
That's tough, man.
Dude, I'm telling you. These guys got firearms at the ready, and you're up for Parent of the Year.
Ain't there other way to look at it too, though? It's just like you gotta be appreciative at the end of the day, though. Like your parents, there's some kids that don't get shit,
That's right.
Yeah.
so it's
That's
like
right.
Yeah. And I'm sure that's what the sister was telling the 14-year-old.
It
I'm
is
sure
that.
that's the argument. I'm sure. 'Cause I know how older sisters talk. I got an older sister. I'm sure that's how she talking to him.
Yeah.
Now, for this idiot, your sister has the baby in her arms. You know what I'm saying? If you got real static, I used to fight my sister back in the day. Like, if you got real static, hey, put the baby down. Let's do something. All right, because you only talking big right now because you got that baby in your hand. You understand?
That was your move, Bubba?
No, I'm just saying. I know I'm 14. You think you can still do? I understand. All right, but let me show you. You know what I'm saying? You know, because she's 23. I know she's big and bad. I understand that. But you can't pull a gun out on your sister. She got and she had a baby on. That's not tough. That's not being a real. nigga, whatever y'all, whatever the term is now they using, that none of that applies to what you did right here. That's a bitch move. That's a whoop song. That's a pussy nigga. That's all of that is you right now. Now
and murderer.
Now what the 15-year-old, I understand you trying to avenge your sister now. You got to avenge your sister.
I have an issue with this guy
but
too.
but that you don't avenge your sister by going to get a gun and shooting your brother. That's not how you do that.
Hey,
What happened to just fighting?
What happened to just fighting?
the Second Amendment, man.
Your sister just got shot. What happened to calling the ambulance? Calling the police. The first thing you do is go get a gun to solve a gun issue?
Yeah.
Get us some help.
And why didn't he finish the brother off?
Oh God.
Why did he just settle with a gunshot? Close the case, man.
No comment from me.
I don't know, man. Was he going to make him suffer a bit and then finish him off later? I mean, come on. If you're going to be a gun guy, be all in.
Be all in, man.
Suffer for your sins.
It's not my move, but if I'm shooting to kill.
I'm saying if that was his goal, yeah.
What other goal do you have?
Go all in, because
What other goal do you have as a gunman?
I have no idea.
Oh, I just want a flesh wound, man. No. Shoot to kill or don't shoot at all.
Nah, word.
And these guys just had guns at the ready, 14 and 15. They had the grandma house, so these are their guns. I'm thinking it's
Maybe
a possibility.
grandma's got an arsenal.
I'm thinking, maybe it's a possibility if they're home,
Yeah.
it's the parents' guns or whatever. Nah, but these guys at their own. Maybe they keep their guns at grandma's house.
Well, I mean, like, what does the ride over to grandma's look like? Hey, is everybody strapped? We're ready to go. Fuck a seatbelt. At least you've got your gun.
This is. I wonder.
Don't tell me. I mean,
What would they do to the 15-year-old?
Let it bleed out? I don't know.
No.
I mean, he should be murdered too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What else? He shot and killed his sister.
No. I'm talking about the boy who shot the brother.
Oh, attempted murder? Yeah. Why not?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we could work out a way to get him a little lesser time.
Why?
He is trying to avenge his sister. In his mind, he's like, I need to be in
Avenge
protect
my
mode.
sister. And he didn't do it.
I know.
He left a man behind.
Yeah.
So give him murder too and lock him up.
Yeah.
Lock them both up.
well, you heard it here first from Pink.
I mean, look, I'm anti-gun.
I'm no sympathy for the first.
I'm anti-gun. I think that they're stupid. I think the Second Amendment's stupid. I think this is what happens when you have access to guns. You have a family gift dispute turn into a murder. Like, this is idiotic. But if we're going to go ahead and murder people, if we're going to have our Second Amendment, do it right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And pay the cost if you want to be the boss.
Yeah. 14-year-old, I'm with throwing him under the jail. You know what I'm saying? 15-year-old, I think we can work a little bit.
I don't ever want to put people in jail, but
Under the jail. You shoot your sister that got a baby in her hands, under the jail.
I'm a death penalty.
and I want him with the rapist. I want him with
I mean,
all
they
of
gonna
that.
have fun with them.
Yeah, I want him with all of that. But the 15-year-old, let's work with him. Let's send him to boot camp. You know what I'm saying?
Why? Because he was in the defense.
Yeah, he was in the defense. He was in the defense, man. It's wrong, but I'm like, all right, I understand.
Yeah, what else was he supposed to do?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other than call the ambulance, I would hope you would call the police first. But that's okay.
I know maybe his failure to call the ambulance turned out to be decisive in her dying.
Maybe.
If he calls the ambulance, maybe she lives.
Maybe. I ain't willing to put that on.
This
him
man's an ass clown. Lock him up.
What if he did both?
Call the ambulance.
There you go, maybe.
One
Maybe
hand.
just do both, man.
911. Get somebody over here. We're about to have a second body.
About to have a second.
Maybe a third if Grandma gets sassy.
Chill, man. Grandma's safe, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah, but dudes, I'm telling you, hood dudes don't play by their grandma, man. Grandma's safe, man.
Oh yeah.
That's facts, man. Granny's safe. Once again, you guys are on the bench podcast with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. All right, we got TJ Peso in the building. Let's go to this. Let's go to this right here, real quick. Where we going? I'll tell you what. Let's hit some TJ Peso, and then what we'll do is we'll go to the NBA because I know he's a big basketball guy. All right, so what I'll do here, because you have a new project out called Welcome to the Groove. I'm going to play a song off of here, and maybe you gotta direct some traffic in here. That's what it is. All right, again, that was TJ Peso off his newest album, Welcome to the Groove, all right? And that's available on all, and I do mean all streaming platforms there. Check it out, all right? So you told me that you were born in Florida and then raised in New York. So how that timeline look like?
Well, I was probably in Florida till I was like 4 years old.
And what part? Central Florida?
Metro West.
Oh, okay.
Metro
Okay.
West,
And then,
to be specific.
And then I moved to New York, to Brooklyn.
Mm.
I was there from like 4 to like 17.
Okay.
These your people right here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you was there from like 4 to 17.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
okay.
pretty much your childhood. right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I mean, I did everything, high school, middle school, all of that. So,
At 4 years old, you don't even know that you were born in Orlando for real.
yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody had to tell you.
Yeah, somebody had to tell me.
you still got a lot of people in New York,
Uh,
like family. I mean, like
honestly, none. Like,
not really.
kinda, but not really. Everybody, like, moved out.
Okay.
okay.
A mass exodus.
Yeah.
Do you ever have to do you ever go back?
Yeah, sometimes. I ain't tapping in a minute, but I be going back sometimes. Some people still live in my old neighborhood and shit.
Yeah. What part of Brooklyn?
East New York.
East New York.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I went for the first time earlier this year. I was around like the Flatbush area.
Yeah,
Man.
Brooklyn lit.
Yeah.
Brooklyn lit. That's where that's where he from.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of New York people from down here, man.
For sure.
What would you say is like the biggest difference and like culture wise, like
Pace.
pace? Yeah.
They just
Yeah,
say
that's for
pace.
sure.
You know, there's always something to do out there, like always, and everything in walking distance. Out here, you need a vehicle.
You have to have a vehicle here.
Oh,
you
yeah,
need
for
a vehicle here.
Yeah. Because one thing I'll say, because I went to 2 different colleges, right, and it was almost as many New York people there as Florida people there. Both of my schools were in Florida. And see, when I first went, I went to E-Dub in Jacksonville. That was my first school I went to, and it was the first time I was like around a group of people from New York. Other than that experience, you know, I'm looking at TV, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, this and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my New York experience until I get to school.
Right.
Now, a couple of things that I draw, like, because when you first meet like a group of people from New York, it's real different. They talk different, and it at first it's annoying. It's like different stages. At first it's annoying, and it's gonna draw conflict, and then second, it's like you get to like understand, and then it's like everything cool. Everybody become cool after that. You know what I mean? It's like a gradual thing.
Just 2 stages, or do we have a third?
No, just 2 stages. But here go the thing. It's like, because it's like New York people in Florida, it's like they complain about everything. You know what I'm
Think
saying?
so?
Like
New York people?
Yeah. They'll say like they'll talk about the pizza. Man, the pizza ain't. Yeah, the pizza not shit
Same
here.
shit.
You know what I mean? And they talk about the pizza. They talk about what else they talk. I was thinking about this earlier, and it's like for one thing, you know, we don't put any. I went to New York and that shit was different. All right?
Yeah, that food different.
I can confirm.
That shit
the
different.
Chinese is different.
All that shit different.
It's
Yeah.
different. So I understand now. You know what I mean? But my thing is, we don't put any fucking stock. You know, the only time we really want pizza anyway is when we dead drunk 3 a.m. downtown. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
why I said
like, we don't
pace.
even really care.
That's why I said pace, because pace got to do with lifestyle. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
and then there's a lot of culture in New York too. Like,
3 a.m. Y'all just getting started for real.
nah, that should be closing. But it's like a like heavy Caribbean influence in New York
Mm-hmm.
and Spanish.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of cultural shit going on. Like, so you'll have like different stores. The cook's just better, I guess. But down south got good food too, though. I love the south. I think down south
It's
got
different
more.
type of food.
They got more like restaurants that have chains. You know what I'm saying? New York is more like entrepreneurship
Yeah.
type shit. So,
Yeah.
but
I'll
it's
buy
just
that.
pace.
I'll buy that. But I like that answer. Yeah, pace.
Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Chick-fil-A down south tastes way better than Chick-fil-A up north.
Okay. I
Go to
didn't
New
know
York,
Change.
go have some Chick-fil-A, you're going to spit that shit out.
that. Really? Damn.
Yeah.
That's different. I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
Might be the oil.
Might
You
be
know what I'm
the-
saying?
That's funny.
Do you think it's a difference with you, really pushing your music down here versus if you were up there? Were you really into music heavily, like in high school?
Nah.
Did you put out
It's
projects?
it's something, like, I always knew how to rap, because that's just something, like, where I'm from, that's just,
Yeah.
you know, you outside, you rapping. We used to hoop, rap. We was doing everything. I was in the hood, like, so you just pick up on certain things. So I always knew I could do it. It wasn't a focus of mine. You know, I focused on basketball a lot of my life. You know, one day I was just like, man, I can do this shit. and that's how I started rapping. Really, it's just me knowing that I always could do it, and then just figuring out how to do it. Basically, figuring out what angle I'm gonna take.
Do you think it would have made a difference though if you were like pushing your music?
No.
Nah. Okay.
Because either or, my sound different. So like, I don't even think my sound is in New York right now.
Yeah.
Like they like drill shit from what I know. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously down here I stick out like a sore thumb too. So, but good music is good music.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
What influences have you drawn from in your music?
Shit, everything in my music really is just everything I've been through, seen, or I'm around. It's always like a cycle of that, and I do a lot. I know I do it more than the average person. Not to like, I be around a lot of shit, so I just be reporting what I can.
Any particular artist?
Like artists that I be around
that you would have drew interest from.
Yeah, as far as like your sound and not so much. The content.
Like influence.
Yeah.
Maybe Fabulous.
That's what I hear.
Yeah,
Fab
nice.
That style or whatever.
Now, yeah, Fab nice.
I always liked him.
He got that fly talk down to a science.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And he got a classic mixtape chain, Soul Tape.
Oh yeah, that chain crazy. Yeah. I like J. Cole too. I like a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Wayne is a heavy influence of mine too.
Yeah.
That's Bubba's guy.
Yeah, Wayne different.
I'm coming around on him, to be honest.
Yeah.
You don't like Wayne?
I was not as big on him as he was, but like I've listened to him a lot more recently, and like I'm like, I get why Bubba's so big on him.
Wayne get busy.
Yeah.
How did that come across to y'all when you was growing up? Cause see, like for us down here, we listen to the bigger acts in those other regions, like Tupac from the West Coast, whoever was big, Ice Cube, Tupac, and then when I was growing up, Jay-Z, when 50 dropped, of course that was it. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. And Fab and Jada, but it's like the smaller artists. We know, like for example, to this day I've only heard one Joe Budden song, only one. You know what I mean? And that's
yeah, I don't got no comment on that.
and people would tell me, and if you catch somebody who listens to this,
I will say Joe Budden can rap his ass off though.
Yeah, that's what they say.
No funny shit. Joe Budden can rap.
Yeah, that's what they say, and it's a ton of other New York guys that can rap. Now, if you reverse it, what I'm saying is, as you growing up and you in New York and you getting raised in New York, like who are some of the down south artists that y'all was like rocking out to? Because I'm sure that it wasn't a ton of them.
So I get what you're saying. I don't know. Remember, I'm in a different time period too. I came up in a different era.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't gotta remind me. I ain't. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we right there with each other. But
all right.
it's like I was in a different era. I feel like in our era or the era before ours, like the standard was higher for like excellence.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff ain't slipped through the crack. So whoever you was, like I always tell people, like you even listening to people right now from back then is because everybody was so good at what they do. So that's why these guys are still legends. That's why they still making music.
Facts.
They still selling out. Because it was just the whatever formula they was doing back then is something that pretty much stamped longevity. Versus now it's like a quick fix. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you don't have too many people coming up now who, last more than 3-4 years. So, but I heard a lot of people. I heard Wayne, Ross, Outkast was.
Okay.
I just kind of feel everything that came out the South though. Like even when Lil Jon and them niggas like everybody like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that.
They just playing them in the parties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. Them franchise boys like.
They was getting played.
Yeah, I'm telling you like but it's just because of how shit was marketed. You know what I'm saying. So like, we saw it. It was on BET. It was on 106 in Park. It was on all of that.
Yeah,
so,
and you're not gonna lose New York on the dancing tip. Like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. They like dancing up there too.
Yeah, they can get down up there too.
So we definitely appreciated the South. You know what I'm saying. And the South has had a major influence in music. So,
period. Yeah.
T.I. too. Like T.I. was like lit. Like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Jeezy. Gucci, like you know what I'm saying. Waka had a crazy run.
But Waka got New York ties too.
He do, but
you know what I'm saying. Him and Nicki.
Where he blew up at, like.
Yeah. You know where
Waka had a crazy run. He had shit. I used to listen to that nigga before basketball games.
Well, he'll get you crunk like
Yeah,
that.
man.
Yeah, he'll get you ready to run through a
No,
wall.
for sure.
Okay.
But I think to the point you were making though, like if you're in another region, the only stuff that's really gonna get to you is the better stuff.
Yeah,
You know, the lower tier stuff never gets out of its region.
yeah.
You know, it just kind of stays in the local scene.
But
So-
you got gatekeepers too, though. You know what I'm saying? There could be some shit that was like that I don't know about, like that was popping down here.
Yeah.
You know, a motherfucker don't want to see you doing better than them, so he ain't never shed no light.
Yeah, no, I that could definitely happen.
Like, you know what
but
I'm saying? That shit happen a lot.
Yeah, no, that could happen. But I do think generally like the better stuff, like higher quality stuff, gets out of the region to other areas.
Yeah, I think both of those definitely good points. There.
Yeah, that's
So,
true though. I like that.
Yeah. So okay. So you told us during the break that when I was playing the song, you do plan on dropping another album on Valentine's, right?
Yeah.
So have
And
you?
that's supposed to be like surprise news.
Oh, it
man.
is. Oh, my fault.
But
That's
yeah,
why you got to go with the side piece day rollout.
yeah,
Catch
you
everybody
was saying
off
that.
guard.
You know, a lot of people be having side pieces. Not me though. Black men don't cheat. You know what I'm
But my
saying?
point to bring that up is like, are you still like you making music now, even though you just
Oh nah,
dropped
yeah.
that?
I'm always whenever I find an inspiration, I write it. I try to do something with this shit like every day. Whether it's like picking a beat out or writing bars, whatever. I try to do something with it every day. So yeah, I'm always active in terms of like doing something at least towards, you know, the making of something.
Off the top of your head, could you like list the top 5 lyricists?
Top 5 lyricists.
Yeah, top 5 lyricists. I know I didn't prep
Your
you on that.
opinion.
Yeah, in your
Nah.
opinion. You couldn't do that. It's too tough.
It's tough, man. You gotta think like you get. It's like sports, right? Like you know when somebody gets to a certain level of offensive ability, it's like there's nothing you could do to stop niggas. You just know they like
Yeah.
you know what you're gonna get out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's certain people who get to like God level pen, like,
Yeah.
and then it's just gonna fall down to preference after that.
That's
You know
That's
what I'm
fair. That's
saying?
fair. I
big
like that.
facts.
Yeah.
That's big facts.
It's definitely gonna fall, but there's a lot of like people who got to that level. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like you can, whoever you want to name.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who just you like you know what you're gonna get when you hear that shit.
I like that because and also because when you get into like top 5, like okay, best artist or best lyricist or this and that.
I don't even like that conversation for real because there'd be no narrative behind it.
Yeah.
Because it's like you just saying top 5. That's so broad.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, like niggas be like, yo, who your top 5? What's your top 5? And it's like, in what though? Like people who make like songs. Because now if you talking about songs, you gotta talk about who's charting.
Yeah.
You gotta talk about people who's like commercial
It's a lot
success.
behind that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you have artists that aren't as commercially successful as others that are, you know, you can think they better.
They can get just as busy. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just that's why I stay away from that conversation. And it's like I said, it's shit preference.
It's
all that shit
preference.
preference.
It's all
Music's
preference.
subjective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's all preference for sure.
I got a personal top 5 though.
Well, who's that? Give it to us.
I got Biggie at 1. I got Jay-Z and Nas tied at like 2. I got Lil Wayne 3. I always have trouble with my 4th one, but I'm gonna probably go Jadakiss, and then I go Rick Ross at 5.
Okay.
That's interesting grouping.
Yeah.
I'm a hybrid, so like I listen to all of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Why
Yeah.
Jada over Fab though?
I don't think it's that he over Fab. It's just I tend to listen to him more, like,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know who I like more though either. You know what I'm saying? But I listen to Jada a lot.
I thought that Jada Fab tape should have been stronger. Maybe they rushed it. Maybe they didn't put like enough into it.
Which one? The Nightmare on Elm Street. That joint is hard though.
It was hard, but like for Jada and Fab, I was looking for something.
You had a higher
different.
expectation.
Yeah, I was looking for something different. Like, yeah, for sure.
I think they both got busy, man.
Yeah, and I guess that's another thing too, because if you just listening for their like lyrical skill set, yeah, both of them killed and went crazy. But these are, in my opinion, these are two guys that are lyrical and can make like dope music,
Dope songs. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the part that they didn't really hone in. They just went crazy. It was just like, just give me some beats and we gonna go crazy on this. You know what I mean? Sort of like how when Wayne and 2 Chainz collab. You know what I mean? I be
What you
looking
talking about
for
that recent tape?
This is their second one, College Grove 2, right?
Okay,
so
yeah.
I'm looking for like they're gonna, because it's Wayne and 2 Chainz, they're gonna bang out 1 or 2 that's gonna chart or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
On this one, it was just 1. But I'm expecting like a full. I'll give you another example: Drake and Future. Like I thought it was gonna be a tape full of singles, like full of crazy smash singles.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that. It was just a
Yeah.
dope project of.
It's a good project.
Just
Good
a
body
good
of
project,
work.
just a good body of work. So it's just going in. I guess I
You know, though,
expect
too,
something
like,
more.
You know what fall into play with that shit too? A lot of it be alignment and timing. Like
Cause these guys are crazy
they
on the
fucking
road.
busy as hell. Like, so motherfucker might send you some shit and you like just got in and you like, nigga, all right, I'm gonna do it because you my guy. But you know what I'm saying? So like you just never know the process behind a lot of this shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Nah, that's very true. That's very
Like once you get to a certain level, everybody's schedule different. So it's like that shit definitely fall with alignment. Like you could be wanting to work with somebody your whole career, and the timing never just
Just
add
never
up.
falls. Yeah, no, that's a great point.
Shit crazy.
Yeah, great point.
What's your take on paying for features?
You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it depends.
Would you like not paying for like? I'm not speaking on like a.
But you
Drake-
talking about
Drake
like if you,
feature.
so
I'm
you
talking
saying like
about,
if you cool with somebody and like
no, not even that. I'm saying like, okay, so TJ Peso paying for a feature for a guy that's that's either around your status or not too far removed. You know what I mean? So again, now I'm not talking about like any mainstream radio artists, but
You
you know, you
talking
have
about-
some guys that'll charge you for a verse that's not even on like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? What you think about
What's
that?
my opinion
There's
on
a
it?
lot of there's a lot of that going on.
I mean, you work to get to a level, right?
Yeah.
And you can't tell nobody how to feel about themselves.
Okay.
Like nigga, like if you like, yo, this is what my shit worth. You gotta go with it. So you either, I say you get what you pay for. You either gonna pay for it or you not. Now for motherfucker, like if you feel tried, like just don't do the song. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
It's
that,
just-
yeah, because I mean, like the market sets your value. Like if you carry yourself a certain way, you name a price. If somebody pays it, that's your price.
That's your price.
If people pass on it, then you got to change the price.
Yeah.
You
know
know,
what I'm
that's the
saying?
thing.
So-
If somebody's out there willing to pay you whatever,
Because
10
at the
grand,
end of the
20
day, this shit a product.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's like you ain't just gonna get that shit out for free.
No, that's
Yeah.
true.
So I respect it in terms of like a grind purpose, a hustle. Feel me? But if you're doing it for the culture and for music, it just depends. Like every vibe be different. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm for me personally, if I fucking do a song with somebody, I feel like I'm doing them a favor. I ain't paying you, nigga.
Yeah.
I ain't doing it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't even like doing that anyway. Like for me, when I do songs with people, I like the vibe. I like it to be organic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's how the best shit come out anyway. Like, I don't want to like, oh, I heard of you. Let's do something. Like, nah, catch a vibe with me first. Let's go over here. Let's go do this. You know what I'm saying? Let me see how you got motion going on in that. I think that make the best music because it's a genuine connection.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
then you'll have chemistry on the record.
That's a great point because like they could just name their price, get their price, and kind of go through the motions on you.
Yeah.
They got
Oh, that-
paid,
So if
checks
you-
cash.
So that's definitely be happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell. Like, look at some of the shit that go on. You like, man, that nigga ain't. He
Yeah.
gave that nigga some bullshit. Like, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
That's what I'm saying. No, but I think if you do something organically where you vibe with the person, you're excited to be in that project or that song,
Mhm.
that's different. You're gonna get the best out of somebody.
And I think that's the problem too. I think doing stuff for the art, it ain't there no more. Like, a lot of people don't. It's like oversaturated.
Yeah, you gotta, you know, the number one reason why you do it, it gotta be because you love it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And that's gonna carry you through whatever. And that's with anything. That's with music. That's even what we do. Podcasting is oversaturated now, right? But
Right.
Yeah.
first thing got to be you got to love to do it. You got to want to do it. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
the only way.
It's the only way to really, you know what I mean?
I get excited every Wednesday night.
I hope not too excited, my man.
That's after the show, my friend.
Oh man.
So you kick it up to another level.
I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors here, Royal13thebrand.com. Again, that is Royal13thebrand.com. Use promo code Bubba Pink and you'll be fresh heading into this winter. All right, they got everything that you need at a discount if you use promo code Bubba Pink. All right, Now let's get into some NBA stuff, man. All right, we got a few things going on. The first thing I wanted to talk about, because I had a take on it, was Detroit. Right. Of course, we know the Detroit Pistons set the longest single season losing streak in NBA history. Okay,
they one game away, or
no? They already
tied it.
Yeah, they set it. So I think they
Okay.
broke it. Yeah,
Okay.
they broke it. They set it, meaning they broke it.
With
So,
no end in sight either.
with no end in sight, they got a tough schedule.
yeah, they got like 7 more tough games ahead of them.
Well, when you're Detroit, every game is pretty tough. you hope to beat Charlotte or Washington, you know what I'm saying, one of those teams. But so it's a couple of things going on here. Now, Cade has had a couple of like really big games. Like he had a 45-5 the other day or whatever. And then they came out, the GM put out in the news that they're going to be targeting some free agents in the offseason, trying to shy away from what's going on this season. Like, hey, bro, we're going to be better because we're going to get one of these guys.
We're looking forward, we're not in the moment anymore.
We're not in the moment anymore. And the thing is, I told you, like it was like first or second week of the season. I told you how weird watching the team play.
Right.
How weird it looked because you got Cade out there with just a bunch of non-shooters. Now they have like, figurated the team enough to where he'll have one or two other shooters now with Bogdanovich and the other guy, but just like we're in 2023 and none of their bigs can shoot at all.
Yeah.
That's a problem when you got Cade on the floor because Cade is a playmaker. He's a point forward. That's you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's what Ben Simmons should have been. You know what I mean. So when you got when you got that, you have to pass out to shooters, man, and they don't have it. So the team is constructed wrong. Now the second thing, this whole free agent thing is two-folded bad, right? Because you can't. What you're saying is we're going to overpay for.
You're sending the signal that you're going to overpay.
Yeah. We're going to overpay to get a OG in here or Pascal or and a couple other guys are like Kawhi and PG are in this free agent class, whatever. That comes with injuries and whatnot. So you're going to super max. You're going to max a guy out or to come in who's not really worth the max, a super max at least. You know what I mean? You're gonna bring him in, max him out, and then but one of those guys are going to be the get the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I was gonna say, like, why does anybody want to go to Detroit right now?
Because they're going to be a get the bad guy.
The only way that they could get anybody to entertain coming there is to dramatically overpay them.
Yeah.
Because again, it's a shitty team. Mm-hmm. They're losing at historic rate. Detroit's not a particularly good place to live.
Anyway,
it's not like a desired location. And then, not only are you, you got to overpay in a crazy way in the sense that, like, if a good team and Detroit, if the contract's close, like, you're going to go to the other team.
Yeah.
Like, so you got to, like, go to a guy that's truly not anywhere near max and be the only fool in the room that's willing to pay him the max.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for disaster.
It is.
They might as well just take out like an ad and pull their pants down, no Vaseline, and bend over. Because that's basically the signal they're sending.
Now listen, and from a team point of view, where they can end up at is where the Bulls are at with Zach LaVine. And Zach LaVine is my guy. But remember when his contract, one of my guys, but when his contract was up, the Bulls overpaid him.
Yeah.
They paid him what the market, nobody else in the market would have paid him that. But they felt like they needed to keep him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And now they're in a spot where, okay, we're kind of better without him, kind of. Like, because they've been winning. And hold on, because they've been winning without him, so we're kind of better without you. So, okay, we're going to agree to trade you now. We're finally ready to trade you. And Zach like, yes, trade me. And you know what the market is saying?
We don't want you.
We don't want this guy.
Yeah.
We want this guy that's $30 million overpaid, who has injury history, and you guys are showing you don't want him, and you guys are better off without him. Why should I pay? And he got 4 years left on his deal.
Yeah.
And I have to give you something to get him? What the fuck is going on?
Nah,
so even as a team, an organization, you can end up in a terrible spot. Like
there is a massive problem with people, teams giving contracts out of fear. Mm-hmm. You cannot be afraid to lose players that don't truly make a difference.
Yeah.
You can't be afraid to lose a player whose ceiling is making you vaguely competitive night to night. that guy can be gone in a heartbeat. It just does not matter. And teams do this all the time. They do it year after year after year. And it's just bad basketball business.
What you think, Peso?
I think that's the dark side of the league, the business side of it. You know, it's hard to construct shit, though, too. You got certain teams who just got that groove already, and it's just like you trying to keep up with them, and it's like you ain't designed to.
Yeah.
So you just put – this is like pressure, and like I think that's the thing, too. It's like a lot of people in them offices, they ain't played basketball.
Yeah.
So they not thinking with a basketball mind in a sense in terms of like, if you ain't hoop, you don't know gray areas. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people that, like, it's one thing to look at analytics and stats and shit, but everybody know there's gray areas of basketball. There's one nigga who bring wild energy to the floor. That shit don't show up on the stat sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like knowing those certain things, knowing how to put players together. It's not the easiest thing to do. And these people just going off numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can tell you one thing though. I know whenever they're gonna win a game eventually or whatever.
Let's hope.
But
But I mean, at some level, I mean, as
It's the league though. Anybody can win any given
but
game.
that's my point. Like, as a group of professional basketball players who have some talent, you may not be the best fit, but fucking nut up one night and win a goddamn game.
right.
Like, that's just ridiculous.
It happens. They just got the the bad end of the deal, man.
Facts.
That's it.
Facts. But also what I was going to say was, because it's funny, on TV today they was talking about who's going to win more games, the Detroit Lions or the or the Pistons. Because the Lions
The Lions are at 11, right?
at 11, most likely going to get to 12.
They got it. Get your bets into Vegas.
Yeah, that's fucking sick, man.
Yeah.
That's trash. Like,
They had 2 more games, so they could get to 13. Yeah.
Yeah, they can get to 13, man.
What is 9-72 still, or 9-73 that was
the record?
that was Philadelphia,
That was-
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still the standard
The process, the standard.
for shittiness.
That's the process. The process is
Yeah.
for sure.
That's funny, man.
I was trying to and I almost got it here. I was trying to buy time for the where is this guy at, man? There was a guy who the 76ers drafted, and I don't know why he's not coming up. I can't remember his name. But I know in his workout, the owner saw him do a windmill.
That was the dude that they traded Mikal Bridges for.
The dude they traded
Yeah,
Mikal Bridges.
it's better that we don't know his name because he's irrelevant.
And they they traded him, like you said, for Mikal Bridges because the owner wanted this guy because he did a windmill in the workout. And that was my point when you said that sometimes the guys in the front offices never even played basketball or know anything about basketball.
because a motherfucker could pass the eye test.
You know what I'm saying? Pass the eye test with a quickness.
Man, this just
And they're not doing the real work or going out to the games, watching the tapes, understanding, you know what I mean?
I think that's like a main thing in the NBA too. If you're not watching film, you know what I'm saying? When people adjust to how you play, it's a long ass season. So motherfucker gonna pick up on your tendencies.
Yeah.
Especially good
Yeah.
coaches who put time into like scouting stuff. So that's like one thing I feel like a lot of players don't do. You gotta watch film and know where your shots is gonna come from in the offense.
Facts. Bob Myers, the old Golden State Warriors GM who's on TV now, he said his biggest mistake is always when he bases a player off of the one time he saw him. He said whenever he did that in his career, it always turned out to be wrong.
Yeah, I
When
don't
you see
understand
it,
why you would ever do that.
Because sometimes you don't have time. It's so many hoopers. You got so many games to get to, and you're a fucking GM. Like you got to. He's just saying it's a lot, but you got to be better than that. You have to create.
Yeah,
time.
that's what I'm
That's your
saying.
job.
That is your job. And you say there's a lot of hooper, like you don't have to look at everybody. I
Yeah.
mean, like you're gonna hone in on certain guys that are in the draft matrix and make sure you do your background on them. I mean, especially before you actually pick that guy. Now it's way more excusable to say, okay, we didn't pick this player because I only had the chance to watch him once.
That's what he's saying. That's the point I'm making.
Oh,
Like, for
not
example-
guys that he picked.
No. Like for example, the Pacers
Okay.
guard is who he specifically was talking
Halliburton.
about. Halliburton.
Okay, I
'Cause He
got
only
you.
saw him play once.
Okay.
And he played a bad game. So he's like, okay, we're not going to draft this guy. But
Yeah.
what he's saying is he wish he would have put in more work, more time to watch more film on Halliburton instead of just judging him off that one game
Yeah.
that he went in person to go see.
Yeah.
But we'll get past
Shit,
Detroit here.
Halliburton, nice.
Halliburton is super nice.
Yeah.
He's super nice, and he
So
came
you
into
say
the
somebody
league.
passed up on him because they saw him have a bad game?
Bob Myers, the
State.
Golden State GM.
Yeah.
That was his story.
Could have used that nigga right now.
Yeah.
Especially over Wiseman. they bounced that. They bounced that
over
pick.
CP3.
Definitely.
No disrespect, CP3 a legend.
It's just
you know what I'm
over.
saying? But,
It's
you know,
over now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Going on to some other NBA headlines. The Phoenix Suns, right? Yeah, they're turning it into a little shit show over there. So you even got Eric Gordon coming off the bench. He's saying, "Hey, I never get to the ball. I need to touch the ball more. I need to shoot the ball more." You know what I mean? And you
That's
have,
what he's saying?
yeah. He literally said that about 2 days ago. He came out and said it in the press as well. And Devin Booker was like, none of us in the locker room is taking it in a bad way or whatever. But they're saying there's growing concerns that the Suns can feel KD's frustration.
He start?
Who that?
Eric Gordon.
Nah, I'm sure some games he probably has because of all the fucking injuries.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
Touch the ball.
But really-
fucking D-Book, KD, and Bradley Beal touching that fucking ball.
Yeah, you
nigga.
know what I mean? It's going to be tough. But I'm sure because a lot of these games, Bradley Beal hasn't even played, right?
Right, yeah.
That's one of the issues that Bradley Beal hasn't even been on the floor. And uncharacteristically for Booker, he's dealt with some injuries too, especially early in the year. So it's really been KD.
KD be holding it down.
and a
That's
bunch
like
of
my
two-way
favorite
guys.
player in the league. KD, him.
KD is a hell of a player, but he's been making some terrible decisions.
Hey, man.
This is another bad decision.
Again, like, this is what I just
It
said,
ain't
though,
his
right?
fault, but-
That scouting report shit, right? Like, it's like a nigga saying, like, yo, he's going to do this. You
Right.
feel me?
Yeah.
What he going to do? He don't got no help.
Yeah.
Well, but that goes to Eric Gordon's point. Like, you're KD.
Man,
you're
he
going to
get
draw
shots, he be
attention.
missing them
Swing the ball.
motherfuckers, man. I be watching, listen, man, I be watching them games sometimes, man. He be missing them motherfuckers. I seen, hey, man, he fucked up my ticket one time, too. I know he don't care, but,
Talking about Gordon?
yeah, like, nigga don't talk about you don't shoot. Yeah.
But
It's been a while. I know he's a pro, but it's been a while since I really watched Gordon. But I know he used to,
Nah, he got busy,
he was
but
a
it's
really
like,
good role player.
but that
in
should
his
be
prime.
coaching, too, though, right? It's like knowing where to put pieces. Like,
Yeah,
but
corner
nah,
three.
even if he feel like that, go in with the second unit. Be the first guy on the second unit.
You should
Don't
get more touches that
you
way.
or be
I-
vocal that way. Like, you know
what
what I'm
I
saying?
what I suspect is that the ball's just not moving.
Yeah.
It's getting
It's too-
stuck
it's
with
too
Booker
ISO
and
KD.
too much ISO.
'Cause those are
And
two
so
ISO
if
guys.
you're quite at this point in his career, Eric Gordon is standing out there to stretch the floor and hit open shots. And he's playing with great players that should enable him to do that. But if he's logging minutes and not getting the ball or getting those attempts, quite literally, what the fuck am I doing here? Like
I
that
wish-
from his perspective.
I wish KD never left Golden State.
Yeah, he was a
That's
damn
just me.
idiot.
Yeah. He
Like,
should've been.
literally an idiot.
Like,
It
you had
made
the
no
fucking red
sense.
carpet. Like,
You were in basketball nirvana and you decided to go play with Kyrie. That's what you did.
Kyrie lit though.
Yeah, when he decides
But,
to play.
But I think like Golden State suit KD's game so much because it's Golden State, even San Antonio, they play like the purest form of basketball.
Yeah.
Screens, cuts, ball movement. KD at his best. KD used to get so much points off of like fucking mid-range curls. He wasn't even dribbling. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think KD's at his best when he's like playing pure basketball. When you put KD in a situation to just go ISO all game, he gonna give you 30, but it's like it's hard to win a game. He ain't necessarily a facilitator.
Right.
So you're gonna tell him in whatever year he in to go, yo, give me 7 assists too.
And again,
Shit's up.
as you age in your career, your random energy drops. And if you can focus on doing certain things that are very effective within a larger structure, that's how you maximize the prime of your career. And he literally went the opposite way. He's been in 2 injury-riddled situations where he's had to do way more heavy lifting than he's capable of.
Yeah.
Now, this other one is interesting because I know Pink has got something on this. Well, Aaron Gordon got bit by a dog, man. And did you see that? So he has to go get
No.
like 24 stitches or something. It was crazy.
Where did he get bit?
In his face.
Yeah, in his face.
Face?
Yeah, man.
What was he trying to do to the dog?
Maybe give it
Yeah,
a
that-
kiss or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he trying to do the hey?
Man, that joint crazy.
Get out of my face, bitch. like, dude, I don't. Yeah, that's kind of bad. I'm not a dog person, man. I
Yeah.
got bit twice as a child. Not on the face though.
AG a good guy though. You know,
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I mean, it's.
Good guy, man.
I mean, it's, I'm not saying it's good. He got
that
bit.
dog caught an evil spirit or something.
That dog caught an evil spirit.
Had
What
something.
dog doesn't, man?
Right? They be in the house all day.
Talking about all dogs go to heaven. That's
You know what I'm
bullshit.
saying? Bullshit.
Not the one that bit
They,
Aaron Gordon.
they be killing innocent creatures
You
outside.
know what I'm saying? All type of foolishness.
Was it his dog or somebody else's dog? What's
they
going
didn't,
on?
They didn't say it like that.
No, it was his dog.
It was
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Got to put it down, AG.
Yeah, for
Put it
sure.
down.
Call
Oh.
animal services and have
Better
take
than me.
his
I would
dog
have threw
away.
that motherfucker.
Hey.
Yeah.
Threw the shit out of that dog.
Facts, man. And then Zach LaVine, they're saying the trade considered unlikely for Lakers, unlikely for 76ers. We kind of touched on that a
He's
little
trying to
earlier.
get. He's trying to get traded.
Oh,
He's been
definitely
trying,
to get
yeah.
traded. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely trying to get traded.
Aaron Gordon should have treated that dog like somebody's older sister.
Oh man,
And what?
I think he's circling.
Story
back.
one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I already peeped what she was doing.
Damn.
He's circling back, man.
Yeah.
Circle back.
Yeah. Bubba does it in real life, just not here on the show.
But yeah, Zach LaVine's trying to get traded. But like I said, man, the market is low for him. But I do think the Lakers could use him though. I think the Lakers could use him.
I think anybody could use Zach Levine right now.
It depends.
Shit, Golden State can use Zach Levine.
Yeah. If I'm them, I probably I
like,
probably want them. I probably
love
want him
Clay.
instead of Andrew.
Nah, I love Clay. Clay not the same right now.
Yeah, Clay's not the same, but Levine's a good player. I don't know how much he equates with winning.
See,
But
he ain't
him
been
in
put
the
in
Golden
that-
State culture, Mike can.
Yo, look, but he ain't been put in that position. Y'all was talking about it earlier, how like certain players' trajectory can change if they're in the right environment.
No, that's
Andrew
true,
Wiggins
that's true.
playing his best right now. He wasn't playing like
The one
well,
year.
what was like, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of the environment he
He
was
had,
in.
he had flipped his. Yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying?
did.
He wasn't
Yeah.
playing like that in Minnesota.
No, at all.
Nah,
I think
no.
probably didn't care about basketball in Minnesota.
Big
Yeah.
facts.
You know
what I'm
That's
saying?
how he was
Yeah.
playing. Yeah.
So you put somebody that shit could change everything.
No, I agree with that. I
I'm
agree
saying?
with that. And I think Golden State could do that for him. A team like Golden State, a team like Miami, but Lakers just because they can
Yeah,
use
LeBron.
that. Yeah,
but I
with
don't
LeBron.
think that though. He
You don't
ball
think that?
dominant.
Yeah, but LeBron is so much off ball now, man. Nowadays, it's not.
Yeah, on
When
TV.
when you watch
You
the
don't know what he's
Lakers,
saying in practice. That's facts though.
Give me
Like
the damn
them
ball.
motherfuckers be shitting their pants when he pass on the ball.
yeah,
Cause he's so great, right? He probably like so demanding too. When
Yeah.
you great and you setting somebody up for a shot,
Yeah.
you just like, damn, I have to make it. LeBron passed me the ball. I gotta make it.
I've maintained I think LeBron is tough to play with. I mean, for all of his credit he gets for making the right plays and all that, I'm not saying he doesn't, but there's a pressure that comes with playing with him, and you have to adapt to him because he's a basketball universe.
yeah.
Like, whatever your game was before you get to his team, you have to tailor that to accommodate him.
I
And not
agree with
everybody's
that,
suited
but just
for that.
Just not 2022, 2023. It's not like that anymore. He not only that does he just not play that way, he's just not capable of even playing that way. You know what I mean? Like you know, he used to play like the Lucas and this and that. Yeah.
Right, but I
But
think,
it's not like that
to me,
anymore.
like he's either now for me when I watch, he's either on the ball, or he's literally a statue.
Yeah.
And then you're not playing with anybody.
Yo,
Like-
LeBron's so great, bro. Niggas gotta say anything though to like criticize him. What
Yeah.
he don't do though. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
always look at it like everything they said LeBron couldn't do, he showed up and did it.
Yeah.
So I don't even. It's like we all human, bro, and we just putting like superhuman expectations on humans.
Yeah.
Like LeBron have a bad day too. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's for sure.
I always look at it like that. He done did so much. If
Yeah.
somebody do so much, you gotta get like a off day. I don't care how much you getting paid.
Nah, for sure.
Need an off day.
Gotta have that off day.
But you like Levine to the Lakers of all the destinations?
yeah, I didn't think Peso had a good point about the Warriors. I never thought about
It would
the
be
Warriors.
interesting, and they do need to freshen things up
Yeah.
in
So
some
they
way.
need something.
That
They don't
would,
even got a
that
second
would be
unit.
interesting.
Yeah.
I probably like that one a little more than the than the Lakers.
The Lakers, yeah.
Especially if you could flip if Wiggins is in that deal, right? Wiggins
Yeah.
will have to be in that.
It'd actually just be the ghost of Wiggins.
Well, he not playing good right now.
Nah. He hasn't played good since he took that bizarre sabbatical last year.
Yeah, you know when somebody's old lady and something.
Hey man,
Something crazy
listen.
He ain't been the
That
same
shit
since.
tough, man.
No,
I hope it ain't true though.
I know nobody's
Ain't
ever
nobody
really
ever
confirmed that
Had to
or,
be-
or
had to be
confirmed that it's
true.
false.
It had to be true.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it had to be true. And it's probably just fucked with his mental, and it's just been tough to get back to that level of basketball he was at. He was at a high level, man. For him, you know what I mean?
Right,
No,
right,
he was
man.
he was decisive in
He's
the
going
finals
crazy.
against Boston with the rebounding and overall game. I mean, that was
It's like
amazing.
he had unlocked it, like he
Yeah.
had figured it out.
And that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I think that's what the NBA missing too. Is vets. He played like that. Andre Iguodala was in that nigga ear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
Yes, he was in that
NBA
role.
always need a good vest. Like everybody be like cracking on Udonis Haslem, and it's like he do so much more than just sit on the bench.
That is true though. Like there's something to that. Like, you
You
know,
need vets.
Iguodala and him both kind of served that role. I suspect like Vince Carter did a little bit of that in the back end of his career.
Yeah,
You know.
Yo, you need that though. Like
Yeah.
you need somebody like, yo, young fella, don't spend your money on this. Yo, don't do this, don't do that. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
you need that. They was there before you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They
That's
see what you did it.
That's what they were saying about Memphis last year.
Oh, there's no vets on
Because
Memphis.
the only vet that was on there was Adams, but they like, Josh not
Yeah.
gonna listen to Steven Adams. You know, that's
John Moran
yeah,
ain't
that's
listening
the
to
worst.
no fucking Steven Adams. Man.
But now they got Marcus Smart. They doing something now. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So they
And he's continued to
good.
be good, Josh, since the comeback.
it's been
Well,
crazy.
John nice,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
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 It's been-
That's one thing John could do is play some basketball.
Just stay focused on the hoops and
Yeah.
leave the other nonsense behind.
If he can get them in a decent spot, he belong in the MVP conversation. Because Memphis was awful.
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
awful,
Yeah.
and now they reeled off
They
like
might
3 or 4
ridicule him
wins.
for a minute though.
How
man.
far are they out of like playoff contention at this point?
They should.
They'll be alright if they win some games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
one a
early in the
couple. So
season.
yeah.
Right now they're 13th.
Okay.
Now they could definitely get to at least.
Well, they'll definitely be like if they get to, as long as they get in the play-in, which they'll probably do,
They
they'll
for
be
sure
that
will get in
team
that
nobody
play-in.
wants to screw around with.
Yeah, too.
Like nobody's gonna want them in a play-in matchup.
No, not at all.
And it'll be like even like a one of the top two seeds would rather not have to mess with them if they could avoid it.
Minnesota wouldn't want to see those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they would want to avoid them at all costs.
I don't know. I like Minnesota over.
I like Ant.
I love Minnesota over Memphis actually.
Yeah.
They don't match up well with them for real.
Well, they played a series of a year or two ago, didn't they?
Different team and different player right now.
No, I know he has to do. I'm BU Jan. That's my guy. I'm gonna go see him on January 9th here
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, I mean they actually played an interesting series I think 2 years ago.
yeah, I wouldn't doubt
on
it.
that. But you get if Ja plays like this and Ant plays like that's
Still a hell of a.
that's
It's
an
gonna be- there's
awesome.
gonna be some shit.
That's a
Yeah.
spectacle,
Yeah, it's
man.
gonna be fire.
That'd be one of those games where those two guys will like
Battle
probably
it out.
each have multiple 40-point games in the series and just kind of go
Kinda
at
like-
it.
What was
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray,
And who though? I'm trying to think.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah,
Donovan
yeah,
Mitchell.
Josh,
they was
yeah,
gonna-
be a
they was
probably
gonna
be
add it in
like
the
that.
bubble.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
bubble.
Like that.
Yeah, it'd probably be a series like that.
Yeah, it'd be like
That was
Yeah.
fire. That's fire.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
No, I would love to see that matchup, man.
Yeah.
When you see that shit, that's when you can bet on them niggas.
Are you a Knicks guy? Are you a team guy? Period. Like, do you like you follow teams or you follow players?
I've always been a Lakers fan
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You're a
for
Lakers
some
fan.
reason. Like
Okay.
for I don't know why, but I always been a Lakers fan.
Okay.
And then I was like a Kobe fanatic when it was coming up.
That's probably why you're a Lakers fan.
And I
Yeah,
was-
Kobe.
well, yeah. I mean, I ain't probably so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just stuck with him.
Unless you're a big Nick Van Exel guy.
Nah, you know, Shaq was there before him too, though.
Yeah.
Shaq was
Shaq and Kobe came together.
Nah.
Shaq
They
was there
did.
first. Shaq was there first.
Yeah. I want.
They both came in the summer of '96.
Nah,
Look it up.
Yeah, he sounded like he did the fucking research.
I wanted to say,
I want to say Shaq was there a year before Kobe got there though.
Now Kobe didn't play much the first year
yeah,
because
I know
of
Kobe
Dell
Eddie.
Dickhead Harris.
It gotta
Eddie
be
Jones
no.
was still nice,
Shaq left.
Eddie was nice.
Shaq ain't leave 94, 95.
96. I moved to town in 96. I literally got to town the week they did the famous Sentinel headline of "Is Shaq worth
Well, listen, man.
100 mil?"
Check this out. You got that history on your side. I ain't arguing.
That's why I stopped.
That's
You know, we were just talking about Bron and the Lakers. This was something just interesting I came across. How Wayne compares himself to LeBron, and when you were and watching the clip, he's just saying about like longevity and about how because he's been going at this pace since 14. Some how LeBron is and the dominance in both of their respective careers. You agree with that? As far as him being like, you know, the LeBron James a rapper or what have you, and vice versa.
Lil Wayne a Martian.
a Martian.
Yeah, he different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So is LeBron though.
I think if anybody considered Lil Wayne to ever have like a downfall, everybody has a decline, right? But I don't think it's on him though. I think his work ethic always prevails over everything. So that's probably why he feel like that. He know he put in that. It's like putting that working in the gym. Like
Yeah.
he feel like he doing that, and then he rapping that. He always gonna rap at a high level, but you can't control how people are going to perceive your music or just intake it. Period. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but I could kind of agree with that for sure. Like Lil Wayne has definitely been a staple in rap for a fucking long ass time, and to his credit, like he birthed like Drake, nigga. Like
I think it's spot on. It's one of the better comparisons there is.
Yeah.
Again, you look at the body of work on both guys,
he should
rooted
have
in
said Michael Jordan though.
rooted in extreme work ethic though, and
Right.
productivity over time. I think there's it's spot on. But again, he's gonna say LeBron because LeBron's his
Longevity.
generational guy
Yeah.
and the longevity. So I think it's a really great comparison.
That's a good comparison. You know,
Yeah.
it's very difficult to reinvent yourself. I think Lil Wayne on a little second win right now too.
Yeah.
Like he got hot again. So like
Yeah.
but
that
I
shit hit
don't
hard.
like.
That shit hard to do. I mean,
He's also not he has a quirky element to him, but he hasn't like. To me, he's not doing gymnastics to stay relevant.
Oh yeah. Nah.
Like he's kind of stayed true to what he is. There's some evolution there,
Yeah.
but like I think you struck on it a month or so ago. It's like he's a rapper's rapper.
Yeah.
Like he's
Yeah.
not like Jay-Z who turned into like mogul Jay-Z.
Yeah.
He's still Lil Wayne. Like he's there, and I respect that a hell of a lot more than I do Jay-Z.
oh man, that's Jigga, man. Jigga the one, man.
He was the one for me, like until he
He
became
still
like a
is.
mogul, and like now he's fucking irrelevant, man.
Yeah, but see, I think I don't know. Like that's a whole debate within itself. Like, what do you consider about? I think for me, I don't think relevancy matters when you become legendary status. But that's my opinion. It's like
Yeah.
motherfucker could say this, that, and the third until that nigga throw that body of work in your face, and then you just like nothing for you to say after that. Like,
Yeah, some people can overcome is not the word, but like you said, yeah, relevancy. Because if Jay dropped tomorrow, a surprise
he
album
gonna
tomorrow,
fucking sell
he
out.
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So it's
But
like,
like you know, yeah,
But
there's not a ton
will-
of artists that could do that.
Will those songs have any enduring quality? Like I think
know.
people go out, they'll listen to it, they'll stream it, they'll buy it because it's new and it's Jay-Z and there's an expectation
Yeah,
that
it's a
something
different time.
special's there. I don't think he's capable of anything special anymore.
444 did that, but I think he had one after that, right? And I don't think it did that.
nah, he ain't do
444 was the last.
Last joint.
I know 444 did
But
that.
even so, right? Like music ain't. Remember, like we talked about this earlier. Like shit was different back then in terms of how it's marketed. Everything is so accessible now. It ain't digested the same way. Motherfucker, you drop some shit, same day a nigga tell you your album trash. So you digested a 14 song body of
Impossible.
work
It's
Yeah.
in
impossible.
24 hours. You fucking lying.
No, I always wonder about that too.
You
I'm
know
like,
what I'm saying? So
yes.
it's like it ain't digested the same way. So I agree with you in a sense where like because people don't digest shit the same way. It's just like, all right, what's next?
Yeah.
Versus like back then, there was build up, anticipation. Bro, like niggas don't even understand. Like motherfuckers used to wait in line for CDs.
I did.
You know what
I
I'm
did
saying?
back in the
Them
day.
shits was hot. Like
yeah.
like Jordans on Saturdays, niggas was waiting in line for CDs.
It was. That was
So
like real.
I just think the aura of a famous person or a rapper is watered down because they so accessible.
Yeah.
Like think about like back in the day when we was coming up, nigga can't tell you fuck you.
Right.
Nigga, now I just go DM you, nigga, fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
gotta take that. Right.
and that nigga might read this shit. He be like, damn, what I do to you? Like, fuck you too. Fuck you too. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think that's the difference too. Like, if somebody feel like they could touch you, your pedestal gone.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
It's gone. So
Nah,
motherfuckers really gotta like you, like, and like look what's on right now. You know what I'm saying? Bunch of negative shit.
Yeah.
I love Uzi.
Mm-hmm.
But I seen him in Rolling Loud, and he's like dressed like the Statue of Liberty. He had the spikes in his jaw. Like,
Really? Damn.
Yeah.
but I didn't know what that was about.
That's ooze.
But what I'm saying is the crowd went fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts. So it's like, that's why I think today's game is more manipulation based
Yeah.
versus impact.
That's right.
Let's go ahead because Dr. Umar was on the Joe Budden podcast, which haven't really been released yet. I think they might take it down, or
Before
hold
releasing
or-
it?
No, I'm sorry, or hold it from being actual release. But they do have all these different snippets that
made their way out.
They put out. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play a little clip here, then we'll talk about it. Wait a minute, let me see.
You know that Eminem is one of the best rappers of all time?
According to who?
You, rap fans.
Let me say something to you. And this is going to my African fundamentalism. No non-African can ever be the best of anything African. It is an insult to the ancestors. It is an insult to the race. And it is an insult to every black person. Do you think I could go to Palestine and be the best anything of Palestinian culture? You never see that. You think I could go to Israel and be the best of anything in Israel? Whether it be a cook, an instrumentalist, a dancer? Hell no. And we have to stop
Yeah, but I disagree with
naming
that.
non-African people, Joe.
But I disagree.
Stay with me though. Let me finish this. We got to stop naming non-African people as being the best of any aspect of our cultural products,
Joe, I think you
because
can.
it is an insult.
upper tier of guys.
I be goddamn.
But he's what happened?
Audio was not even on.
The whole show?
Nah, just that part.
Oh,
The whole shit.
Nah, not the whole show.
goddamn.
Just but you missed my whole goddamn part.
All right.
So you gotta circle back.
So yeah. But for the reason you said, and then you look at his career, like he had that early phase of his career, then he kind of dropped out, probably with a drug addiction or whatever. And he's kind of these days, he's kind of this like almost like pseudo mysterious shrouded figure that pops up here and there. Like when you compare his body of work to guys like Lil Wayne that like have 20 years of productivity, it doesn't measure up.
Yeah.
It's, on that level. And, I mean, again, I don't have an issue saying that hip hop is a black art form. Mm-hmm. And while you could participate in it from another race, you're never going to quite have the same cultural, social connection to it that black artists can. And so for that reason, I don't think you can ever call him the GOAT, but he does belong up in a place. Now, I do have a little bit of objection to the Africa thing, because when we, think of what we define as hip hop, it's, late 70s, 80s, New York centric, and it's developing from there. It's developing from African Americans. And for him to kind of go to this all the way to Africa, I think that's the overreach that you're talking about to make that point. It's not the strongest argument he has, but he leaned pretty heavily on it. Mm-hmm. That's my take.
Shit, I don't know. It sounded kind of personal for that nigga, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But,
everything's personally when you're a blustery bag of wind.
Right. But I definitely feel like he made a good point with that, though. Like, in terms of, like, it's something we created, right? So it's like, how you gonna give somebody that credit? But, again, that don't got nothing to do with skill. And that goes to what you were saying earlier, Bubba, like, Eminem just at a skill level to where, like, you ain't fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? So, I like Eminem. And it's like, Eminem a person who come from poverty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so like, even though I understand his argument, he can't. I know he was saying things along the lines, too, like, he can turn off the rapper, but, like, as black people, we can't turn off the black. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. In terms of that, but he was in the middle of poverty. Like, I don't know how familiar he is with Detroit. Man, Detroit gutter, nigga. Like, yeah. Eminem is right in the middle of that shit. So it's like look at all Eminem friends is black, nigga. Like,
I've always drawn like, if you look at Eminem and you look at Kid Rock, they're both from Detroit. And Kid Rock kind of dabbled in rap as something, and then he goes on to be a honky trumper.
But you could tell who's different, though.
No, that's my point. That's my point. Like, there's two different arcs that happen. Eminem has, like, in his own way, stayed true to being a hip hop person and of the culture in some meaningful way. Where, like, I literally, you look at a guy like Kid Rock and it's like, oh yeah, that guy probably rapped just to be popular for a little while and moved on to the next thing.
That's a perfect example, though, right? Like, because it's like, at some point, you gotta say, like, all right, no, that's just him. That's just Eminem. That's his essence. That's
the authenticity, and I'm praising that in what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like Eminem. I wouldn't call Eminem the greatest. Like, I agree with him on that. Like, you can't. But I also don't feel it determines skill level. Like, I think Eminem can spar with the best of them.
Yeah.
Like, still, but I wouldn't call him the greatest off of something that we created. And Eminem would probably tell you that. Eminem a realist. He'll probably tell you, like, you know what I'm saying? He'll probably say that shit himself.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about Eminem when he was going through that dark space or something, he was saying how he didn't know if he wanted to come back to rap, but now he was looking at how dominant and how crazy Lil Wayne was rapping. He was like, man, he was like, I wanted to fucking kill myself because I couldn't, at that point, like reach that level that Wayne was at. And I was like, what the fuck I should even be alive for?
You see what I'm saying? Wayne, listen, man.
Yeah, but
if you don't got Wayne in your top 5, nigga, listen, man. I'm not even the top 5 conversation, nigga. If you don't have Wayne in there, like, you just nuts.
Yeah, I love statements like that because it's like, when somebody who could really do something can see a whole nother level of greatness in another person, that always blows me away.
Yeah.
It's it's one thing for casuals to just say, oh, this is whatever. But when somebody who can do something at an extremely high level is like, man, I can't touch that guy.
Yeah.
And I also think just the whole, and I know he's in a dark place, but dark places are sometimes authentic. And for him to actually think like, should I be living? I love that shit. It's dark, but I love it because it's just authentic.
Yeah.
It's just like I've built my life doing this, and I see this other person do it, and I'm like, fuck. I might, I don't really want to find anything else to do, so I might as well be dead.
Just to circle back on your Jay-Z shit, Wayne said he loved Jay-Z.
I love Jay-Z too at one point.
Wayne loved Jay-Z, man.
Yeah. Wayne has always
Gave Jay-Z them flowers.
Always.
Jay-Z lit though. I think Jay-Z's done so much. Like that's another thing too. When I was growing up, like I would say the New York sound was probably dominant before the South took over.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there when it was like
at its peak.
At its peak. So I saw like a lot of nuances. Like Jay-Z had such an impact on New York, it's not even funny.
Question.
50 was going crazy.
When 50
when he had his run.
50, the South loved 50.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. Like 50 a menace too though. Like 50 lit.
But you know Wayne better than I do. Like it does not seem like he spends much time like saying negative stuff about people.
Nah. Wayne don't even like. He really don't even like put himself inside of beefs.
Yeah.
What's the name from Clips? Was trying so hard. He got a couple bars from him. Pusha T. Yeah. He got a couple bars out of Wayne, but he's
Which I love that.
Yeah.
That's a great thing to
be. Right? Like you be so high on your own frequency, like shit don't bother you.
Yeah.
No, I love that.
Like the difference
beautiful.
between him and Wayne, because the same, almost not the same thing, but what's the guy Gilly? Like it was a stretch of time where Gilly was like, man, I wrote Wayne's, like I write for Wayne. I'm Wayne's writer or whatever. And Wayne wouldn't even like, and most of the time he wouldn't even address it. If he was even asked, he would just smirk and just keep going. It's like
it's crazy.
I don't even write.
I ain't there. I don't know, but I do know Gilly's main problem with Birdman.
Because of the checks. And Wayne just caught like the back.
He put the straight, like the back end shit that had nothing to do with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The shrapnel, called shrapnel.
Yeah, and a lot of people got problems with Bird. The business just haven't always been straightforward. If a lot of motherfuckers are saying it has to be true. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's like we said about Diddy and all that stuff. If enough people are talking about it, there's something there.
Love alone, man.
Who talking about Diddy?
Brother Love.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see if that TD Jakes thing.
What happened with TD Jakes?
Apparently, there's a video of him having gay sex
at Diddy parties. I don't think it is a video though.
Like TD the pastor?
Yeah. Hey, you wanna find a scoundrel? Find a man of the cloth.
Yeah, you feel me? Thanks.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but it'd be crazy, right? It's like the world is so
you don't
fucking
think what?
dark, bro. Like,
that would fucking shock me.
Dark, nigga.
That would shock me.
It's on video.
No, it's not. No, they're saying.
Yeah.
They're saying it is. If it was a video, I think that should be out already, man. That should be out.
Yo, that shit crazy, bro.
I mean, he got enough power and influence to maybe, get it hidden somewhere.
I ain't gonna lie. TD Jakes on camera doing risky business is crazy.
That's outrageous, dog. That's outrageous shit.
He ain't the first pastor, won't be the last.
Yeah, that's more, but see the Tyler.
Well,
Perry
Tyler,
shit,
I would believe that.
Like,
I would, that's more believable.
TD Jakes,
nah.
TD Jakes been clean for like 30. That's like if some shit come about Kurt Franklin. Like you gonna be like, what?
But if you're going to Diddy parties, what are you doing?
Well, that's another thing. They can't even confirm if that's true.
Come on, man.
I mean,
Team Red.
That you're doing the same thing, like you're just excusing
I know,
this stuff.
but if it's a guy who I just can't
If history has taught us anything, it's true.
I understand, but goddamn, I can't go down that road. Not TD. Anybody.
They say if you want to be disappointed, meet your idols.
If this was you're
a big TD Jakes guy?
No, but I'm just
what about the Joel Osteen shit?
You know what I'm saying?
600 bands in the wall, man.
But that's believable because it's money.
Yeah, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what's the Joel Osteen thing?
They found 600,000 in the wall.
Oh yeah, money, yeah, sure. No, I thought he was doing strange sexual
but
stuff.
it's still like obviously that's like involvement with something
With
other
something other than
church.
church. Yeah.
I'm telling I wasn't lying. When you
Like-
want to
like-
find
like
you want to
facts.
find a hypocrite, you look for a man of the cloth.
What you said? The dude got a video?
Nah, you just put TD Jakes on.
Yeah, and it's everywhere. Yeah, it's everywhere.
I'm telling you,
It's
man.
real crazy.
Yeah, if you just put TD
Yo,
Jakes
the
in.
internet is undefeated. I tell niggas
It
that
is,
shit
man.
all the time, man.
It
Used to
is.
be pussy was undefeated, but now it's that damn
The
internet.
internet got it, man. Internet might be the strongest
It's the
entity
strongest thing
outside
going.
right
It can
now.
get you going, man. It can get you going.
That shit'll do everything for you. It can get you lit, can get you lost. Do all of that.
That's crazy, man. You got a story for us?
What kind of story you want to hear?
A good one.
I could talk about one time. I'll give you two stories that involve women. It's a long time ago.
Clearly, they don't involve TD Jakes.
Yeah, I ain't on that type of time. No disrespect.
Yeah, there you go.
Swing your
There
way,
you go.
Cool. But when I was in high school, I remember I was like fresh off an injury in practice. For some reason, like, I was just wild horny. So I like,
Whenever I get injured.
you know, I'm on crutches. I think I was like maybe like a day off the crutches. So you still got the limp. So I walked to this girl crib. You getting busy and all of that. So like mid session, like her mom's like knocking on the door. Like her mom's didn't have the key for the screen door, so she locked the screen door so she knows when the parent come home.
Okay.
So the mom like, yo, open the door. I'm like, shit. And then I'm on the leg, so we on the second floor too, right? So I hid in the closet for like 3 hours.
Really?
3 hours, man. I was like, yo, I gotta jump out the window. I gotta jump out the fucking window with the bad leg, man. And thank God I didn't have to do that.
How did mom get diverted?
So, by the grace of God, this is what I be saying. God be with me for some reason. So I guess her little brother had like football practice.
Oh, that's
So
good.
that's how so when the moms left, I got right up out of there. I'm like, yo, you bugging. I got right up out. That's like one high school story that's funny. If my friend watching this, he'll laugh because he saw me like walk into her crib limping like a motherfucker. Nigga texting me like, yeah, all right, nigga, like, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're doing. That's funny.
Another story. I remember when I had to act like this girl Uber.
You had to act like her Uber.
Yeah,
Cause of like a boyfriend type of situation.
pimp.
Pimp.
Yeah, that's what I said. This girl had like a real deal pimp, so I went to chill with her. And we just chilling in the car, and she had me parked pretty much like across the street from where she stayed. So this guy come outside, and her phone started blowing up. So I put two and two together. I'm like, this gotta be the nigga calling her.
Yeah.
She looking around. Yo, I kid you not. There's like 7 bitches. Like they came, they gave the nigga money, and just went in the house. So I'm like, what the fuck going on?
What's
here?
going on right here?
Yeah, I'm like, nah. So he calling her, whoopty whoop. So I drive around the block. I'm like, yo, I gotta act like your Uber. So I was using my mom's vehicle at the time, and she had like a little holder for your phone. So I said, yo, you gotta get in the back seat.
Yeah.
The guy get in the back seat. I put the phone in the holder on the little AC shit. Act like I was following directions.
I like
dropped
it.
her off. But here the ill shit, like, this is the fucking crazy bullshit. After I drop her off, I'm driving down the block. I look in the rear view, I see a car speeding at me. Speeding. So, like, it's a one-way, so when we got to a 2-lane street, this motherfucker, I guess it was the pimp dude, he drive in front of me, he just, like, look in the car.
Trying to,
He shake his head, he like, all right, and then just drove off. Just drove off.
That boy don't want no pennies unturned.
It's
You
some
know, what I'm saying?
bullshit.
You owe him some money. He want that
Yeah,
money.
you know what I'm saying?
That's
Some
too
bullshit. I'm
funny.
like, man, I ain't even doing shit with this bitch. Fuck, man.
Uber driver. That's a good heady play though. You gotta like that, man.
I gotta come on
Some stupid ass shit.
No, that's good. That's good stuff for real. You ever dated a stripper? What you think about that? That's
Honestly though, like strippers be cool,
yeah.
but I wouldn't say like a full blown dated one.
Okay. I got a homeboy that said he won't take a stripper serious. You know, so
But
can't
you
take
see
a
the
stripper
thing,
serious.
Would you?
I think this though too, right?
I
Like
don't know.
I think people forget that strippers are doing their job, so their job is to sell fantasy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if you fucking go in there thinking like she X, Y, and Z, yo, the bitch doing her job, nigga. She's supposed to make you feel like you the littest nigga in the world, so you spend that check. So it don't really got to do with her character. Like I try not to judge people over. You know, you got to judge them off their character, how they morals and X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? So that don't necessarily mean she a certain way because she doing a certain thing to get her money.
Yeah. I've dated a couple girls that I would believe. You know what I'm saying? The point is, the problem is
You believe what? That they were strippers or were not strippers?
that they were stripped, but they wasn't doing nothing
Extra.
Yeah. The whole thing surrounds around extra, or at least with me.
I mean,
some guys don't even want you dancing on guys. Well, I don't really care about that because like.
But then how you gonna do your job if you ain't doing that? Like,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But I don't have any issue like you know what I'm saying with a girl dancing with another guy and all that because I like that Caribbean culture shit and that's like a part of that anyway. So if she getting money for doing that anyway, like that's cool.
Word.
The problem is like ain't no champagne room action. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like none of that going on, and you know everything is on the floor.
he said no sex in the champagne.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't care who come through.
You don't even want her to champagne room.
And I don't care who come through. Any of the Magic players, fucking Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I tell people this shit all the time too, man. Like professionals and like things that we glorify, they like mythical creatures. If you're shorty with them, you know what happened. Because it's like people you don't see on a regular basis. So it's like certain people that do something to their inside.
Yeah,
it's like, oh my God, like
That's
that's
like that thing. If you have like if you're in a relationship and you have like a pass list, that like if so and so is ever available,
you gotta chalk it up to the game.
You
got
would
a girl,
have a pass to do that.
You got a girl. She had like a situation with these mythical niggas.
Yeah,
you gotta chalk it up to the game or leave her alone. It's like. Because it's like you gonna make yourself batshit crazy.
You gonna
like,
but
what? She lying to me, but like, yo, you, nigga, in the back of your head, you know, nigga.
You already know.
Like,
my question though is like, what is taking serious? Like
whatever relationship,
like a full on you know, live together, you know,
yeah, whatever, committed
potentially marriage,
committed relationship, yeah, committed relationship.
Dating pool crazy.
I think I could do. I could date a stripper.
I think you should do some research and try.
Yo, but like I tell people, yo, you'll be surprised. Like, you catch a stripper outside the strip club, like, yo, them bitches be cool as shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I think because you're in the strip, like they're in the strip club, so you see a lot. You see a lot of everything, like, and you're kind of not going to be fazed by a lot.
right.
Like,
And those women are more conversational.
yeah,
They know how to hold and keep a conversation versus women in this outside world. A lot of them can't do that. Strippers kind of had to, you know what I mean?
No,
That's where the money's
it's
slow.
part of the
fantasy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
it's
it's
like
part of the thing.
it's part of the game.
Yeah.
No, there's a general sort of like, I don't know if it's like peace is necessarily the right word, but there's something that comes over people that see a lot.
Yeah.
And like you're just not gonna be phased, and you kind of, it's almost attractive, that quality.
Yeah.
Word.
I like that. All right, Peso, tell them where they can find you at, man.
Shit, TJ Peso on Instagram, TikTok. I don't be on TikTok. Like, I need y'all to put me onto this TikTok shit.
Nah, we slipping too, man.
Yeah.
That's the only platform we slipping on.
Yeah, we gotta get lit on
We gotta get lit because they lit and they giving out money on there.
Yeah. TikTok
Giving
lit.
out money.
TikTok lit.
Just giving it out.
Same thing. I'm TJ Peso on everything. Twitter. I ain't on Facebook. Don't look me up. Like, fuck Facebook. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, TJ Peso. Welcome to the Groove is out on all digital streaming platforms. And
Do you do any live shows in town?
I haven't started that process yet. But like when this new year start, like this is I ain't playing around.
Yeah.
Good.
You know, Bubba fucking messed up the goddamn surprise.
That's right, man. That's right.
But
I would think you would be pretty good at a live show because you active. So I don't think you're gonna get that. You ain't gonna get tired.
Is that a big concern when you're
But
seeing
you-
a live
It
show?
is.
That's
Guys
another-
have to get used to that. They have to because it's
another
it's
thing
more work
that's
than you
fucking the
think.
game up, man, it's like there's no artist development no more.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
motherfuckers used to
yeah.
teach you how to work a fucking room. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like you throwing like people in the fire.
that's
Like,
that's what
like,
it is now.
That's what it is. That's why this shit is so many holes in like in people's foundation. That's why they don't last as long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, boom, you lit on the internet. Now you gotta perform in front of like how many people, and you don't even know how to talk to them. You don't got no crowd engagement. You don't got nothing. So I think the art is lost in this shit, man. Like,
But there's no
Gotta get it back.
there's no substitute for reps, man. It's just getting out there and
Yeah,
doing
it's
that
practicing.
is huge, I think.
you remember the versus battle?
Yeah,
You remember when Dipset? Remember when the Locks killed Dipset?
yeah,
and that shit?
yeah. Jada was going crazy.
But Jada was alright. So Jada had really was like, yo, Diddy used to make us fucking practice like work in a room, like, and you could see it on stage. Like you see Jada over here, Sheik over there, Styles P over there. They working the whole fucking
Whole
shit.
room, yeah.
Yeah.
Mind you, like Dipset probably had more commercial success than the Locks as a whole, possibly. So you outside looking in, you like, yo, Dipset's supposed to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? If you pick up like track for track, but bro, that presence, man.
Make no mistake about it. It was the presence and how they
Yo,
worked
that
the room.
nigga Jada,
that's
that
why
nigga
they
Jada dropped that
Yeah,
joint, man.
yeah.
Shit was over,
yeah.
man.
And how he got them so hyped before it even dropped. Because
Yeah.
like you said, how he worked in the room. That's
How
so
he work
true.
in the room.
You know what's funny about that too when you talk about that development is because when you get these social media comedians too, like the ones that get hot off the skits and stuff.
Yeah.
Once they get to a certain level, now it's like, okay, let me try to transition to stand-up comedy. But it's like you see them be kind of rough in the beginning because, like, yeah, they don't know how to work a room.
See,
a lot of that.
that's a great point because
Yeah.
if you watch interviews and you see like the older comics that came before them, and they was like, man, these little niggas don't even know. Like we had to get booed. Like you gotta understand, like comedy wasn't even really fucking lit like that.
Right.
So when it got lit, these motherfuckers had 10 years of practice already. So it's like they looked fire off the jump, but you ain't see that 10 years of them
Yeah.
getting booed, them putting in the reps, telling jokes, trying jokes out with different crowds and putting
Yeah.
those sets together. And you got certain people who put in the work and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And you gotta respect it. Like Drewski be putting in that
Yeah,
work.
for sure.
DC Young Fly, another one. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I like Desi Banks too. So you
Yeah.
see them like they'll go perform. It's not because they want to be great at the craft.
Right.
And that's why I be talking about the art. It's like when you want to be great at something, you're going to go back to the essence of how it was to chase longevity instead of like just being lit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a good comparison when you said that, because that's true. Because in the beginning, and also record labels are not taking a lot of the chances they taking, or they're taking the chances on the negative type of artists, right?
Oh, no funny. Yeah,
So that's what
buddy,
they
you know that's just social engineering. That's another conversation for another day. I don't
Yeah.
even want smoke. Like I just want to mind my business,
Yeah.
make my money. Like, but I know what's going on. But it's like, all right,
Yeah.
they'll give a crash out dummy 70,000. He's signing it. Man, a nigga slave for like 10 years.
On his own life, on his whole life.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, nah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
No, I think when you could perform live, command a stage, whether it's comedy, whether it's music or whatever, like that gives you a level of just confidence that transcends everything you do after.
100%.
You know, if you're purely a studio artist, I just don't think you're ever gonna get to that level
Well,
of
let's start
confidence.
there though.
Oh,
Let's
for
start
sure.
in the studio.
Yeah.
Gotta get them reps in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But I like we said too though. It's just like about getting that, knowing what you have to do, and then practicing.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do that, it's like you can't really skip steps.
Yeah.
Nah, you can't.
Agreed.
Just like I had that damn audio muted for like 5 minutes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I
So
first
I gotta
started
put more
performing,
reps in.
yo, when I first started performing, I ain't gonna say I got booed, but the fucking room was silent and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been through some bullshit. Like fuck what I'm doing wrong. I had to start studying performance, man. Studying how like.
No, that's it. Like when you're in a place as like a performer and your name doesn't sell it. Like when you go to a concert of a major artist,
Right.
the fact that they're there has people screaming and carrying on. But when you go to a place where nobody knows who the hell you are and you've got to command that crowd, if it's 10 people or 150 people, that's a different grind. And if you can survive in that, you're
when you get
you're
in
a
front of-
monster,
yeah,
man.
when
You're a
get-
monster.
If you survive that and conquer that, when you get in front of 100,000, that shit light.
Yeah, for real.
You-
That's
'cause
the
you been through
thing.
the fucking mud.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Now we getting off the show, but I just wanted to. This is funny right here. So Phoenix is beating a good Houston team.
Okay.
Everybody's there. Who you think is the leading scorer?
Eric Gordon.
Oh shit.
Give me my shots. I'll show you what I could do with them.
And he got them shots tonight. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta complain a little bit in the public.
That pressure on
You gotta
them.
put that public pressure on him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I credit to him for knocking him down.
And you're not. And he efficient.
Like
as
that's the
hell.
thing. You call yourself.
Yeah,
you
he's-
call for more shots and you deliver.
You
Man.
gotta
He's
respect it.
7 for 11 right
Yeah,
now.
you gotta
Seven
res- you
seven for 11 from three.
You gotta respect that.
Yeah. And KD got 16 assists out here.
Damn.
You see?
Shit.
He
That
must
boy-
have had all
listen,
7
man.
of those threes.
Name something KD can't do, man. I'm tired of the KD slander. Leave him and his burner accounts alone. Listen, man. I stand up for KD and Eddie and everything. Leave my man alone, man. I be talking shit to him. Of course he gonna have a burner account. What's wrong
Of
with you?
course, he's gonna have a burner account.
He gotta say some shit. He can't say it off the regular shit. He gonna get canceled.
Go get canceled.
Niggas like picking and choosing what they want, man. Like let my man have a burner, man.
You just got to be better with the burner.
He
Not
gotta
get,
be
not
better.
get revealed.
He gotta be more discreet.
Gotta be more discreet.
Hey.
Got to be able to throw that off on somebody.
But I feel him. That's like KD. Like what? That's why I love KD because he like somebody who really purely love that game. He love the game.
He's a basketball junkie.
Like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's why I look. That's why I fuck with Kyrie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I played against Kyrie in high school.
For real?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when he was at St. Pat's.
Okay.
Okay.
What St. Pat's is in what?
New
St.
Jersey.
Patrick's,
In Jersey?
Yeah.
Okay. How you know that? Oh,
I know St. Pat's. I mean, it's that you had. St. Anthony's was the original, and then you had St. Pat's. Was it St. Benedict's? Was another one?
St.
I
Benedict's
thought it
was
was
a prep
third.
school.
Yeah, there was like a third one, and at one point they were all like on the rise.
It's like St. Anthony, St. Pat's, St. Benedict's.
Yeah.
Jersey got some. Jersey has probably one of the most. When I was coming up, they got some talented.
Great.
Like that shit crazy.
Great hoops. Great
Like
hoops.
it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
because they so fundamentally sound.
St. Pat's came
Shit
down and
different.
played Winter Park with Austin. When they had Kid Gilchrist was on
Yeah,
that
yeah,
team.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was
I
St.
saw that.
Pat's.
That was on
And
ESPN.
that was at the
Yeah.
time
And who
that was
won?
Kevin Boyle, St.
Oh,
Pat's.
St.
You know what I
Pat's.
mean? That's
No,
what I'm
but
saying. They
that's
cold.
Kevin Boyle that eventually went to Montverde.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
See?
Okay.
Yeah, St.
And I
Pat's is
think
tough.
Danny Hurley, who's the coach of Connecticut, defending NCAA champions, I think he was coach of St.
Was on
Benedict's
that
for a
side.
stretch.
Well, his dad.
And his dad is St. Anthony's.
Yeah.
He's the god.
Oh, okay.
He the man out there. Like
Yeah.
he him.
Like he's a legend. All
Oh,
right.
beyond a
legend.
legend.
Oh.
Beyond a legend.
Oh,
the
damn.
greatest high school coach.
They
in
got
the
a
history of
fucking
basketball.
documentary about the dude.
For
man.
real.
He a solid person too though. Like that documentary, like they show your inside life. Like
His whole
Solid
life, he was a parole
officer, son.
and coached basketball
On
at
the
St.
side.
Anthony's. They had, for the time he was there, they didn't have their own gym. They went to this other place, and before practice, they'd have to move like cafeteria
Oh,
tables.
that's a movie.
It is a movie.
That's
Yeah,
a
no,
movie.
for
he
real.
got that shit out, that's like
For real.
He got that shit out the mud. He built that program out the
Yeah,
mud.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
There's a great. I was reading.
hard-working person.
I was reading a basketball book one time, and it was there was two guys were telling a story. They're like, so one guy, we're at an AAU game somewhere or whatever. There's this team of guys that come out with these warm-ups, and they got parents, they got all this stuff, and the other team they're playing is just a bunch of guys that like have practice jerseys, not even uniforms. And like the one coach goes to the other guy, he goes, "Man, this is going to be a blowout." He's like, "Yeah, you're right. Not the way you think, though." he literally just said, "Those are Hurley's kids." And then, like, they didn't even have a coach, and they won by 30. They
Damn.
just coached themselves. Like,
Yeah.
he's a disciplinary.
Yeah,
When
he a
we went-
disciplinarian, yeah,
When we were at
Yeah.
Winter Park, we went to South Carolina for a tournament. Steph Curry's team won that tournament. St. Anthony's was in that tournament, and Hurley was at our hotel. Like, when they would call a timeout or a dead ball, like, every player stood, and he spoke, and they looked at him like direct eye contact. Nobody looked away. Nobody pouted.
'Cause
It
that
was,
happens
he
a
got
lot.
them kids on lock.
dude, it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Telling you, like,
Absolute
but in a good
legend.
way though. Like
Yeah.
he got
Yeah.
them locked in.
Wasn't
Yeah.
that a lot of pressure on his son then? If he's going to coach to be kind of as good as
His son
dad?
played for him though.
Yeah, it's Bobby Hurley, the
They
Duke
played for
legend.
him.
That's
They
his
went to
son.
Duke.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay,
the
okay.
older brother, and Danny was the younger brother. Now, to be fair, Danny went to Seton Hall, and he literally had like a mental breakdown while he was at Seton Hall, and just the pressure and all.
Bobby played with Christian Laettner, right?
Yeah, they won that 2 times. Yeah, then he
okay,
had.
so his dad is the guy y'all talking
Yeah,
about.
and they told like, and that's
I
like
just
the
never
thing.
knew that.
Yeah, no, that's like he would throw Bobby Hurley out of practice all the time, like just
he was on
make
his
him
ass.
run home and shit like that. Like,
but that show you the type of dude he was. He ain't care if he was his son. Like he just demanded what he demanded.
yeah, that was.
If you ain't do it, like you ain't playing.
Yeah, no, he's worth a read. There's a couple documentaries that are good, but there's one book. It's like the something of St. Anthony's or sort of Savior of St. Anthony's or something like that. A really great book that kind of tells the whole story of the program and everything. Yeah.
Check that out. All right, then you guys have been on the bench, and don't forget to check out TJ Peso and Welcome to the Groove, and we'll be